I'm switching to creatine capsules. Before I had a powder that was made by bulk, also creatine powder obviously, and I usually put it in here and then I put it into my bathroom to take it after I wake up usually. So I currently do take about 5 grams a day if I manage to dose it properly. This spoon here that came with the initial packaging is 3.33 grams. This means if I fill it up to 2/3, it's about 2.5 grams. So now this over time began to already be noticeable as a kind of work I had to put in order to just get the creatine, then dissolve it into water. So I figured I might as well switch to a capsule form. Even though the capsule form is slightly more expensive, it does save me at least the mental hassle and therefore makes it likelier that I will actually stick to taking 5 grams of creatine a day. I began initially with only 1 gram, and I also already noticed, especially after taking it, some pump. And in the weeks since I began taking creatine, I could improve a few exercises or 1-rep maxes, but I obviously do not know exactly whether this was just because of the creatine or I might have slept maybe 5% better, or maybe I didn't. So I'm switching to this here. I found this on Amazon, and this is by German Elite Nutrition. And the nice thing about this here is that it comes in capsules of 1,250 grams, which means if you take 4 of these, you have exactly 5 grams. So what I plan to do is take 2 capsules 2 times a day after waking. So I do usually take a short nap at noon, but I also would take it after I stand up. So now it comes with this here, and now we have the capsules, which are fairly big, but also 2.5 grams of creatine is a lot. So the density of creatine seems to not be that high. So now taking these, I think I will also put them in here in the small containers, and then I can take them together with my electrolytes. So I have these small containers in my bathroom because that's kind of the trigger whenever I enter the bathroom in the morning, that I then take the morning stack, you could say, and the other stack is multivitamins, omega-3 fatty acids, and also turmeric, which I began to take. I don't know if I will continue since it costs a little bit. It just adds to the monthly stack subscription, you could say, and I don't know. The main thing, what it seems to do, is to decrease inflammation. I still do have a little bit of powder left, which I obviously will use before I'm switching to the capsules, but that's kind of the current state of taking creatine. Anecdotally, I actually increased my pull-up with added weight up to 23.75 kilograms added to my weight since beginning to take creatine. But not since beginning to take creatine, I actually already pulled probably 20 kilograms before, so it's not that big of a difference. Especially if you take into consideration that you of course have to add your body weight in order to have the total weight of the lift, so it's only like 3% increase. The same is true for dips. What I also noticed is if I am going for a run in the beginning after taking creatine, I usually want to just run. There seems to be a period in which I can just run. So, not to go into the details of how creatine works, I already did this partially, at least to my abilities, in the first video, where I stated that I begin to take creatine, but I'm now just switching capsules. Or switching to capsules, rather.